G'day fellas. Is there anything more exciting than waking up and seeing patch day? So before we get into the patch, a lot of people were asking to see the tier list. The tier list is something that's incredibly subjective. I don't like posting them because often when you do, 20% of people agree with you and 80% of them disagree with you. So this was my tier list for the last patch. Sweden was absolutely huge. Germany is massive. And Ottomans are up there just because there's so many trading posts in all of the maps that we've got. The Portuguese, they're a B civ, just simply because there's so much water and so many trading posts. If they're on a map without those two things, they're a D civ. They're really bad without those two. So we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to be starting again, and we're going to be taking a look at what the new civ tier list looks like, potentially, after this patch. So let's get into the update. Alright, we've got some stability and performance issues that have been fixed. Non-English characters such as Chinese to slow the game to crawl. Oh my lord, they actually fixed it. This is something that I noticed whenever you played Mongolia. The Mongol scouts would always cause the game to slow down. Alright, what else have we got? Exiting the clan menu while in a lobby will no longer prevent the multiplayer menu from crashing. Wait, from opening. Multiplayer menu. I hadn't noticed that. We've got a fix here to the to some of the missions. Fixed an uncommon crash when selecting a random civ before starting a game. Fixed a crash when repairing certain buildings to 100% HP. Fixed a rare multiplayer lobby crash caused by players leaving or joining a lobby in certain circumstances. So just a lot of crash fixes. This is really, really good to see. Graphics. We've got further updates. The quality of the top aura visual decal, or torp aura. Okay, that's actually really good. Sometimes it was quite buggy, so hopefully they've fixed that as well. And it looks like they've just fixed up a whole bunch of stuff in the campaign. We're going to skip over audio. The UI corrected the name of the Legacy Crackshot hotkey to Eye of the Assassin. Good. Corrected the tooltip for agrarian ways to read farm and estate upgrades. Probably still had farm and plantation upgrades on it. Hashtag 2020. Added additional options to the clan context menu, including the ability to add friend. Oh, thank gosh. I hope we can just whisper our friends. That's what I would like to see. I just want a whisper feature. Fix the definitive and legacy UI to display health bars in stacked selection. Okay, I don't know what that means, but that concerns me. I'm happy with them the way that they are. And settings. Updated the game more reliably to determine the default settings of the game based on hardware specifications. Fixed an issue where the video detector would always set the graphics to low, even on powerful computers. The default resolution will now pick the closest minimum resolution instead of trying to scale up. Updated the super sampling setting to SSAA and updated the tooltip description to be more helpful. So just now let's get into the nitty gritty gameplay. Oh, here we go. General. It's no longer possible to exploit the defend mode stance in order to create a cav box. They've done it. They have done it. You guys asked for it and it's finally happened. We're up to 49 heavy cavalry units could be squeezed into a tiny space if grouped with a single ranged cavalry unit. Goodbye cav box. Goodbye Sue. Goodbye Opernix. Oh, mate. This fixed a preventable late-game balance issue where buildings could be destroyed too easily, as considerably more units were able to stack and move rapidly into sieging distance. Fixed an issue which caused livestock to rally to... Oh, they are doing so much work. So there was a bug where livestock would go to the town center when you'd right-click them, and the villager would chase them all the way to the town center, and then it would send all the other livestock to the town center as well. Oh, man. This is amazing. Fixed an issue which could prevent the destruction of a player's army after they lose. Wait, fixed an issue which could prevent the destruction of a player's armies after they lose. Oh, okay. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, okay. Shift-clicking the idle villager banner will now properly select all idle villagers. Oh, they've done it, boys. Man, they are doing some work. These are all huge fixes. This is great. Fixed an issue where scroll hotkeys would cease functioning after 2 or 3 presses. I don't think I've ever used a scroll hotkey, so I can't say. We're skipping over campaign. Oh, here's the good stuff. I'm rubbing my hands together. General. Added a .5 cavalry and shock infantry multiplier to the Little Bombard's cannon attack. This should allow the unit to perform similarly to other artillery when upgraded, such as the mercenary contract politician is selected. Okay, he was obviously doing too much damage to Cav. The medicine card now properly reduces the cost of villages after losing access to them via a revolution and regaining access with the citizenship card. That's cool. That's actually really, really cool. So you throw in a medicine card if you're going to do a citizenship, or if you're going to go for a revolt. And it carries over. That's... Alright, that's got potential. Units that can no longer clip through any church structure thanks to corrections of... Wait, okay. So, they must have been... It must have been one of those clipping issues. We've seen a lot of clipping issues, so hopefully they've done some other fixes for it. Aligned the build limit of all native mercenaries to deliver the same number of warriors sent by infinite native warrior cards. Alright. That's a treaty change. To account for the above change, alright, we're not worried. Corrected the mercenary stats for the Harkbusa to properly mirror the Swedish Hacker Pellet. Reduced attack range. Okay. Alright, okay. That's really good, because the Harkbusa was overpowered. This was something that Kaiser Klein addressed in his community patch, or his community assessment, I think it was called. And yeah, the Harkbusa was definitely overpowered, so that's great to see. Alright, so the Dutch. Let's get into the individual civilizations. Starting crates adjusted from 100 wood to 500 coin to 100 food, 200 wood, and 400 coin. Okay, wow. Alright. Get them up there, boys. Get them up there. We're going at least B tier with that change. Remember, this is tentative. This is unconfirmed. We haven't chatted with any super top tier pros about this yet. We haven't tested it. We don't know what it feels like, but just that change alone, that extra 100 wood, that extra 100 food, that's really going to speed up the Dutch in the early game. Oh, that's the wrong civ, or the wrong page. All right. Germans. Following a revolution, settler wagons can now properly be trained from mills if both the Germantown farmers and citizenship cards have been sent. We asked for it, and they gave it to us. This is insane. This actually turns German revolutions into a thing. I'm excited. I'm excited. Citizenship now renames the settler wagon to citizen wagon and adjusts its cost to 70 coin and 100 wood. And native law no longer delivers 2 bonus Ulans, as it's no longer an H2 card. Yeah, that was an interesting bug. They did fix that one up. That's good. All right, so that really... There's no changes to Germany right there that actually reduce their power. If anything, that only increases it. It doesn't really increase it in what matters, and what matters is their Fortress Age power. So they're obviously still going to be a top-tier civilization. All right, now let's look at Incas. I'm curious what they're going to do here with Inca, because... I had them as a B tier. They were they're a very versatile civilization. They control the tempo a lot. So let's have a look and see what they do. Artillery units can no longer be garrisoned in the stronghold. This restriction already applied to the Kalanka. Okay, so what we would see people do is they would garrison their light cannons inside the stronghold. It was the cheekiest thing. You couldn't kill the stronghold. You needed mortars. So what you'd do is you'd sit your mortars on the very edge of the range. And then the Incan player would pop out his light cannons, run them over, and they're these fast little fuckers. They got so much speed, and they just pop your mortar, and then they'd run back inside. It was the funniest thing, because the cannons run so fast. It looks hilarious. All right, so that's a really, really good change. That's going to reduce how annoying Inca are, and actually allow mortars to be able to deal with them, and to be able to deal with the light cannons. All right. Ha ha ha. Units and buildings. Chaskies are no longer able to receive home city shipments after advancing to the commerce age via the messenger. The politician description has been adjusted to ages up very fast, and Chaskies can receive shipments in the fortress age. Sorry, boys. It's over. The reign of terror is over. Oh, that's relieving. That is very relieving. All right. Plumed spearman. Siege damage has been nerfed. Bolus Warrior, increased rate of fire from 3.5 to 3 seconds. Okay, that's a very tiny buff. And Chincha Raft, reduced ranged attack from 30 to 29. Cards. Shimmer support, improved the wording of the card. No, that's not a balance change. You can't do that to us. Collar support, now properly improves all Bolus Warriors' melee attack actions. Alright, so one of the huge things about Inca is they control tempo in the game. And the reason why they control tempo in the game is because of this, the Chasqui. And so as a result, they do not control the tempo anymore. If you see your enemy opponent who's on Inca age up super fast, so let's say 3 minutes and 8 seconds, you don't have to worry. What are they going to do? They're not going to do anything. Like, oh, you're going to send a home city shipment to your town center and walk over here? Pfft, mate, I'm confident that as a result just simply reduces them down to this C tier, just because the loss of tempo that they get from that, or not necessarily the loss of tempo, but the loss of ability to control tempo from that. Like, as an example, I was playing a 2v2 against double Inca. These guys are rank 2 and rank 4 on the competitive ladder. And they age up at 3 minutes and 8 and 3 minutes and 9 seconds, and they hit you so fast. In the next game that we play, we have to play the exact same way against them, where we have to gather enough resources to call colonial militia, so 150 food, 150 coin, but then they didn't hit us with that rush in the second game. They just played standard. And so it meant that our build orders had now gone and gathered 300 resources that were completely useless. And, you know, when you're playing Sweden and Brits who are tier S when it comes to team games, it really just destroys your complete build order. And it made it very difficult because the way that Inca controlled tempo. So now that's not something that you're going to have to worry about. So that's an absolutely amazing change. They're probably going to need work elsewhere, but I'm curious to see how they do fall in on this patch. All right, the Indians. We've got a heap of stuff here. Corrected the display of the Indian flag in the definitive HUD layout. Okay, that's interesting. Fixed an issue that caused the Indian home city shipments to deliver a bonus villager even after the villager build limit. Come on, that's a feature, that's not a bug. The Yurumi and Mansabar Yurumi now correctly heal while idle. Crushing Force now properly improves the hit chance of a monk's passive stomp ability. Alright. Cards. 4 settlers. Available from the Ottoman consulate, the card can now be sent regardless of villager build limits. Okay. I think this is a treaty change, potentially. Yeah, treaty change. 11 chakrams now probably respects build limits, like other native warrior shipments. Yeah, okay. I think you could just keep sending chakrams as many times as you wanted, and you could build up like hundreds of them. Yurumi Swordsman Regiment now properly enables the Mansabar Yurumi to be trained from the Charminar Gate. I don't think I've ever said that word out loud. To be fair, I never really played India that much. All right, this doesn't really change India at all. Like these are very minor changes. So when it comes to the balance, I think they're still going to just be sitting in the C tier. All right, the Japanese. The radius which restricts the placement of the cherry orchard near the town centre has been adjusted to the intended distance. And the Divine Strike ability will no longer trigger when fighting warships, leather cannons, or other artillery units. Okay, that's very, very minor in its nature. Alright, the Lakota. So we've got the build limit reduced. The siege damage has been reduced of the Tashunki Prowler. And they've also reduced the shadow improvement from 50% to 25%. And the Marauders card reduces the bonus build limit granted to the Tashunki Prowler from 50 to 30%. To be honest, I haven't actually used this unit at all. I don't really know the impacts that it has on the competitive 1v1 game. But obviously, it's not a buff. This is a nerf. So I think for the moment, the Sioux is still going to be, or the Lakota is still going to be a C tier civ. I don't think these changes are going to move down into the D tier. The Ottomans, we got a buff for the Ottomans, 20 to 25 on the siege damage for the Nizam Fusilier, which is a unit that we haven't really covered yet. They're a very interesting unit, probably the strangest unit in the game, because it's all to do with stance changing. So yeah, very, very okay. Yeah, not too big. All right, Spanish Wild Geese now properly sends harquebuses instead of hack-appellants. All right. Oh no! Oh my! Oh god! They massacred my boy. Oh, what did they do? All right, this is gonna be hard. All right. All the Swede mains, put your F in the chat. Here we go. Fixed an issue which prevented mines created by the Prospector Wagon from being accessible to all players. Alright, that's a buff. Fixed a bug which prevented heavy cannons from using their ordinary long-range bombard attack on units and buildings after the case shot card was acquired. That's a buff. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. Units and buildings. Carolean. Corrected the ranged attack multiplier versus Eagle Runner Knights from 1.3 to 1.5. That's a buff. Horse Artillery corrected the case shot attack damage from 13 to 12.5. Alright, we're not too worried about that. Oh no, this is concerning. Oh, the Carolean charge mechanic has been reworked. Oh no. I like it, but I don't... like, this is really cool, but I'm concerned. Alright. What have we got? The Carolean charge mechanic has been reworked. Caroleans no longer gain additional speed when switching to their melee stance. Oh, why do we even use it then? Added a new Carolean charge ability with the tooltip. All Caroleans draw their swords and gain a brief speed boost. Okay, alright. Okay, we're cool. This ability grants all Caroleans +1 speed and locks them into melee mode for 8 seconds. The ability has a 90-second global cooldown. So they can still do melee, it's just that they can't get that speed bonus from it for 90 seconds. Reduce the hand attack from 20 to 19. Okay. Nizam Fusiliers have been adjusted accordingly. Their charge ability is named Surat Assault. Alright. It's not terrible. I mean, as long as we're doing one fight. I'm curious how this is going to work. If you've got 50 Caroleans all selected. By the way, I noticed that it's got interjection here. Is interjection doing the balance changes? Evangelos. Interjection, are you doing balance changes? What's going on here, mate? They give you a sneaky little invite, did they? Okay, so that's... yeah, I'm curious how it's going to work. If you've got 50 Caroleans selected and 20 of them have charged, first and foremost, are you going to be able to hit that charge button if you select one of those 20 that have already charged first, or is it going to be on cooldown? And then if you don't, like, you're going to hit the charge button, are they all going to charge? So, yeah, we'll have to do some testing on that. Cards, Berry Bush, fixed tooltip text errors, Kronstadt reforms, now only reduces the population cost of leather cannons, heavy cannons, and falconets rather than all artillery, so you can't do mortar spam anymore. Ironworks, oh my god, they massacred my boy. Reduced the coin gathering bonus from 150% to 125%. Great Northern Forest updated the card icon. So Strumming now has a build limit of 8 for the purpose of treaty balance. I can see that would have been an issue. Alright, overall, it's not terrible. It's not as... The main change is obviously just going to be the Carolean charge. It's had a slight nerf to the hand attack. And Ironworks as well. I think we're most likely going to see Sweden drop down to an A tier. I don't think these nerfs are big enough to really push it down into B. I think Ironworks is still going to be an absolutely crucial card that you send. You know, when you've got 20 torps all cranking out on mines, you're still going to want plus 125% coin generation. We'll have to do the math and work out how many villages that actually is. But my suspicion is it's still going to be an important card. Alright, Revolutions. Updated the icon for the 12 Medi Pathfinder card. 12 Pathfinder and 12 Voyagers cards now properly respect the villager and creator bar build limits as well as the population cap. Canadian Revolution now properly improves the rifle attacks of Coureur de Bar and Craig Coureur de Bar. Okay. Fixed a bug where bonuses intended for grizzly bears were mistakenly applied to black bears. Oh gosh. Chile fixed a bug where the Chilean Revolution would negate the build limit of all Mapuche bolus riders. Egypt. Oh, Egypt are actually quite a good one. Army reform. The reform of your army allows you to train Nizam Fusiliers from forts. Instead of a Mameluke, you're now granted 3 additional Nizam Fusiliers. What? You don't get a Mameluke anymore? I'd have to test this and see what that means. From forts, right? Okay. Flood of the Nile. Mills spawn a food crate and estates spawn a coin crate. Villagers collect from berry bushes, mills, and estates at a faster rate. Suez Canal. Trade route upgrades are free and research instantly. Delivers 3 trading post wagons. They've like totally just buffed Egypt. Is that what I'm saying? Infantry, 2 horse artillery, quick moving. Oh, strong infantry. Okay. Haiti. Updated that's all Haiti got. You know, Egypt are getting balance changes. Haiti, oh, we've updated the visual model of the Buccaneer, boys. Choose it now. Oh, that's hilarious. Map balance fixed an error when attempting to load the Hokkaido map. All right, that's good. Lobbies and matchmaking. All right, here we go. This is another big change. Reversed the default sort order of the multiplayer browse games list to display the most recently created. Oh, that is wonderful. Because there's no way to determine which ones are recently created and which ones are 4 weeks old. There's games in there that have just been open for a long time. All right, that is a notification for my work meeting. That's awkward. 10:45 a.m. on a Friday. I should be working. All right. Fixed an issue. Oh, let's ranked game or fixed an issue which prevented ELO gain in or loss in ranked multiplayer games. All right, that is wonderful to see. Ranked games once again draw from the standard map pool rather than the competitive set. Okay, that is interesting because there's a lot more maps without trading posts in the competitive set. So we might see Ottoman drop down a tier. We might see Portuguese. Portuguese won't be so affected by it because it's still got a lot of water in it, but it's going to drop Ottoman down definitely. Added a tooltip when using the lobby browser, which, when hovering over a player, provides visibility into their ELO standings. Now you can act. Now they're going to be like, all right, player 1 and player 2, can you guys please, swap teams? We need to split player 1 and player 2. Fixed a player's profile ID will no longer be displayed when joining or leaving chat rooms. Okay. Added messaging when attempting to invite other MS Store users to a lobby game. Added an invite button to the casual game multiplayer lobby. Civilization flags will now be displayed when loading into a rank match. That's great. Hopefully they just get it right because so many times I'll see Aussie Drongo against Aussie Drongo. Now it's just going to be Aussie Drongo on Sweden against Aussie Drongo on Sweden. Hopefully they fix that though. Fix the display when random personality is selected in the ranked lobby. Both the flag and the civilization level will now be shown as question mark. Fixed an issue which prevented the options button from working while in a multiplayer menu. Fixed an issue where joining a different lobby while already in a lobby would break the UI for that player. I have experienced that bug. That is very interesting. All right, AI. Improved how AI... All right, we're not going to go over AI. Actually, no, you know what? A lot of you guys like the AI. Let's go over it. They improved how the AI players utilize and employ Revolution features, which is good because you often saw AIs just going ham on Revolutions. AI are no longer to both revolt and advance to the Imperial Age. It's a rare tactic, but it does work. Fixed a rare issue where settlers could get stuck in training. Improved various situations where the AI would not be aggressive as it should. Fixed an issue which prevented computer players from sending certain home city shipments. Okay. Good things. As long as they keep improving that AI, it's really going to help out in ComStomp games. Localization, not worried. Modding, not worried. Ongoing investigation. Aztec War Chief. The balance team is looking to improve the Aztec War Chief's Kushake Ascension ability in a future update. That's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. So the Aztecs right now, they are bottom tier. And the reason why is their war chief has been hit hard. They suck at taking treasures right now. So anything they can do to help out the Aztecs, that's really big. Crash fixes. Continuing a deep dive into crash reports and late game problems in multiplayer games in an effort to improve the stability of the client. Man, these guys are putting in work. This is absolutely awesome. This gives me so much hope. It's been 2 weeks since we got the last update, and like this is man, I'm speechless. It's so great. Units getting stuck in structures. A prominent issue with several different fixes in the works. We've heard you, and we will be implementing updates as soon as we're confident in them. And MS Store usernames showing up as numbers. Another issue on the forefront. All right. Cool. Well, look, that's it overall for the patch changes. I think we're still going to need a while to determine what the balance is. Sweden getting massacred, though fairly. Sweden did need huge nerfs, so absolutely glad to see it. This is a really good change. Ottomans, they've also been nerfed just simply because we're now moving to the different map pool. So we're going from the standard map pool rather than the competitive set. So that's probably going to see Ottomans drop down a tier. Who knows exactly how that's going to play out. And then obviously we've still got Germans sitting up at the top tier. Now, keep in mind, this is tentative. Am I saying that word right? Tentative? This is temporary. This is unconfirmed. Let's just go with that. This is unconfirmed at this stage. And you know, these balance changes will need to actually see some form of play to be confirmed. But overall, it's looking like a really, really good patch. There's no changes in here that make me, get a little bit, that make me query the sanity of the balance team. So look, really, really exciting stuff to come. So other than that, if you haven't already joined the Discord, I encourage you to do so. We've got a lot of helpful resources on there, including access to all of my decks. So that's right, full deck picks. So if you're interested in seeing those deck picks, make sure you join the Discord. Other than that, I hope that you've enjoyed the video and you're looking forward to playing games where Sweden's actually balanced. Thank you for watching.